This show contains some strong language and adult humor. Listener discretion is advised. It's time for the Total Confusion Podcast, episode 6, with me, OmegadragonLP, and unfortunately, no one from the group could join me today. So I thought it best to put together my personal favourite discussions from the last 5 episodes. We will be looking back on these particular subjects: Microsoft's closure of Lionhead Studios, which games should be remastered, remade, the future of Nintendo, will Game Studio Rare ever release Battletoads, and the pros and cons of remastering and remaking games. First, before all that though, we're gonna listen to Space Armada theme from the Super Nintendo game Star Fox. So, as I said before that song, we have the segment on the closure of Lionhead Studios by Microsoft.
Microsoft have done a dick move. They
did
have
that weeks ago.
closed Lionhead Studios.
Oh, that.
Aww!
It was shit.
Fable Legends has been cancelled.
Well, Fable Legends, sure, but what about any other options of Fables?
To be fair, the guy who ran it was a dick.
Was it Peter
don't know about the-
Multimedia?
I don't know about the guy who ran it, but this is why I say it was a dick move. Not 2 days before they decided they were closing Lionhead Studios, they sent the head of Lionhead Studios a bunch of flowers to celebrate his daughter's birth.
Wow.
As if he
2
doesn't have
days
stuff to
before
say.
putting him out of a job. Well done, Microsoft.
We giveth with one hand and taketh with the other.
We
Let's
give up
hope-
with one hand and slap with the other.
Let's hope they give us Rare back.
They won't.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Lionhead Studios has joined Rare on the ground that is now the Microsoft graveyard.
Well, Rare's already had their corpse paraded for all to see. And you can get 10,000 gamer score out of it.
Is it the Rare Collection?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
The
Uh,
whole reason why they decided to close Rare in the first place. Quick cash grab. They'll probably do it all again in 5 years' time. Or 6 or 7 or 8 years' time when they release the next gen console. If they do release the next gen console, because I'm going to segue straight away from that one into my next Microsoft story, which is the head of Xbox wants to make the Xbox One upgradable.
how about no?
He wants to turn the Xbox into a
The Sega Mega Drive.
discount PC.
The Sega Mega Drive.
Yeah, pretty much the Sega Mega Drive.
Yeah. What killed Sega?
Sega Mega
A lack of third-party support for the Dreamcast.
Yeah. What's gonna kill Xbox if they go with this upgradable path?
People realizing that they can just buy a PC.
Yeah.
There is that, and games currently being released are always optimized for a console. Because a console has set hardware limits.
To be
Unless,
fair,
of course,
the
you're
Wii,
talking Arkham Knight, and then, well, you're just screwed for PC.
the Wii and Motion Plus already did that.
That's why third party doesn't go near the Wii.
Ah. Do they not?
To be fair, the Motion Plus was an upgrade to the controller, not the system. You could still play games with it, you just couldn't play them as
Well,
You
well
couldn't
with
play
the Motion
Skyward
Plus.
Sword.
Yeah, you couldn't play Skyward Sword without motion controls.
Oh no! Whatever will we do? We can't play a Zelda game that even the fandom thinks is
I can't disagree on that one, honestly.
Yeah,
never
can't
finished
disagree
it.
on that.
Mrs. Zelda fandom, everyone.
Anyway, that was my...
I played every Zelda game ever, and I can't disagree. That is the only one I've never finished.
So yeah, that was my topic, was Microsoft's slowly trying to kill off the Xbox, in my opinion. Because by getting rid of Lionhead, they're also getting rid of a Microsoft exclusive. Or an Xbox exclusive, or I'm sure Lionhead Studios was planning on putting Fable Legends onto the PC as well, which kind of begs the question, why do you need an Xbox?
that, and all of the major exclusives for the Xbone are finding their way onto PC at some point. Dead Rising 3,
Yeah.
Rise Son of Rome, even though if you like that game, I question your sanity.
Tomb Raider's already moved.
Personally, for Rise Son of Rome, I liked the story. The gameplay was a bit lackluster. Too many quick-time events.
A fair point.
What you basically need is a game with all quick-time events.
So, Mighty
We-
Morphin Power Rangers for the Mega CD.
We,
I was going to say
we
Shenmue.
have a game with all quick-time events. It's
It's
currently
Shenmue.
called the Order 1886 or something similar.
Yeah.
Are people ever going to stop ripping on that?
Nope.
No.
The one good thing about the Order about the Order was
It was a bad example.
this is a good lamp. I like this lamp. This is a high definition lamp.
Someone likes Angry Joe.
Oh.
No, seriously.
I thought
I
it was
agreed with
referencing
the
that
guy.
weird art
I
game.
saw that lamp for the first time and I thought, you know what? I wonder just how many hours they put into that one lamp.
More than the gameplay, that's for sure.
Oh,
It's like how many hours they had one guy put into creating Batman's cape for Arkham Asylum.
I wonder how long it took to make his butt.
Not as long as making the cape.
We hope.
I don't assume that they put any special physics into the arse cheeks.
Oh, I assure you they did. They need to get the wiggle right. I want to see Batman using Harley Quinn's or Catwoman's
Walk cycle.
animation,
Oh God, could we not?
just so we could see Batman wiggle his tushy.
I don't need that image.
Just go to Metal Gear Solid for that.
Yeah, just go to Metal Gear Solid, you'll be fine.
I can't even argue with this. Even the first game had tactical arse wiggling action. Well, the first 3D one.
Remember, it did have an arse as a plot point in one of them.
Yeah, the first one.
A very interesting development from a very interesting time in the gaming world. Next up, we have The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past overworld theme, followed closely by F-Zero's Mute City. Now go back to the team discussing which games could deserve to be remastered. For notes, there is a slight echo within this clip. Hopefully it doesn't make it sound too bad.
Which game would you like to see remastered the most?
GoldenEye.
Shit.
In fact,
No,
the
you
free release
wouldn't.
of
No. Don't say GoldenEye. Come on.
I'm still
Oh,
annoyed.
John.
I'm still annoyed that Jet Set Radio doesn't have online multiplayer.
Didn't catch a
Yeah.
word of that.
Yeah,
Jet
you
Set
were echoing
Radio.
over yourself.
Oh.
Jet Set Radio not having online multiplayer.
Really? But it's on Steam.
Yeah, that's why I'm complaining.
To the best of my knowledge, it doesn't have online multiplayer if you play it on the Xbox either.
It doesn't. But you don't even get local multiplayer on the Steam version.
Ah.
So it's like they've taken a chunk of the game out and stuck it on Steam.
So wait, Jet Set Radio is purely single player now?
Yes. The campaign isn't bad.
Yeah, but the whole selling point was the multiplayer. It's like the whole selling point for Call of Duty. You take the multiplayer out, no one's buying it.
Yeah, because then where would all the 6-year-olds go to shoot people?
Battlefield.
I am so glad you said Battlefield. My first thought was Counter-Strike, and I was like, oh, please don't.
Sniper Elite.
Is that multiplayer?
Nah, they're already in that. Yeah, it's 2-player co-op. Or at least Sniper Elite 3 is. Sniper Elite 2 is as well, as far as I know.
Oh, I think you meant Master versus multiplayer.
Nah.
Oh, good, they've at least got some sense left.
If it was a versus multiplayer, it'd make absolutely no sense considering your slow-mo X-rated dick shots that'll go on. So you're there stood still while you're busy watching your handiwork on shooting out someone's pelvis, and someone's already shot you in the back of the head. I mean, it'd work for the final kill cam, but other than that, you'd have to take out all your X-rayed kill shots.
Yeah, it'd be like doing a multiplayer version of Super Hot or something.
It's a first-person shooter where time only moves when you do.
Oh.
Well, it does move.
Ooh.
It just moves at 1/100th speed.
I know which game I want to see remade. I know what the game is. I just don't know what it's called, and it's gonna Eternal Darkness. I want to see Eternal Darkness remade for PC.
I actually have never played that one.
And then it could literally with your sound settings.
Play what game?
Eternal Darkness on the GameCube. I want to see it remade for PC, just so that it can literally with your sound settings.
I doubt Nintendo would do that.
Unfortunately.
Also, did you know they have a trademark on the sanity meter?
Yeah, which is annoying.
And how does Amnesia get away with it?
Yeah.
Because Amnesia doesn't with the player.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It really doesn't. I'm on about the fourth wall stuff, like pretending your save's been corrupted.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or having you spawn in a room full of enemies or ammo, only for it to disappear when you start collecting it.
Yeah. And
Also, your head falling off and your body carries on moving.
Yep. And your, as I previously stated, the sound settings going down. Like, your sound would get muted. It wasn't actually muted on your screen, but your sound gets muted.
They basically just took Psycho Mantis and then turned it into a horror game.
Yeah. But the reason I want to see it remade is purely because there are certain aspects in that game that don't work on the most recent TVs, because instead of having your green bars for your sound, you now have one solid bar.
Yep.
So it's like, as soon as you see that sound thing start going down, you know that it's just your sanity being messed with. So it's like, you've lost all immersion in that game now because of the way technology has advanced. Or at least remake it for the Wii or the Wii U or Nintendo NX, whatever system that's going to be.
I'm assuming it won't work with something like the HTC Vive or the Oculus Rift then.
If
That'd be
Nintendo
embracing
bring out their own VR system that would... If Nintendo bring out their own virtual reality system that doesn't end up giving you headaches, it would
Zing.
work very well. But again, you would have to be able to plug it into a home console so that you could actually work it.
Mm.
Generally, because it has to have a screen.
Mm.
It's like any game that works with the Oculus Rift, you have to have PC access to be able to use it.
Which sounds like you'd need something like the Steam Link as well.
I'm not sure about that. I know that to play Minecraft on the Oculus Rift, you actually have to have a version of Minecraft open on your PC.
That does sound kind of obvious.
Other than that particular limitation, it looks great. So I would say if they could actually make a horror game on the Oculus Rift that was that good, I would probably play half an hour of it and then give up for the rest of my life. Yeah. Alien Isolation, anyone?
That wasn't fun to watch.
Yeah, well, I'm just thanking my lucky stars at the moment that T hasn't actually decided
Finished
to.
Evil Within.
Yeah,
I'm not quite there yet. I've got other stuff. I'm busy. I'm a working person. I make sandwiches.
Also, aren't you
good, because the
considering,
longer it takes you to play that, the longer I don't have to play Alien Isolation.
aren't you considering streaming the game I bought you?
Shut up.
Considering, but not until I've done the other series.
What game?
Stardew Valley.
Oh God, really?
Yeah.
Apparently it's pretty popular on Twitch right now.
Yeah.
It's one of the highest ranked Steam games overall.
I've watched a few people play it. I cannot get into it at all.
That just means it's not for you, but it has a particular audience.
It's the
But it
Harvest.
feels like a dating sim.
It's the Harvest Moon audience.
Ah.
Oh.
Only
I
some
could
of them are
never get
confused
into
by that.
Harvest Moon.
That'll
Which
be
is funny.
why.
I couldn't get into Harvest Moon, but I can get into Minecraft.
Next up, we have a creepy little tune made originally for the Lavender Town portion of the Pokemon Red and Blue game. Now we are moving on to the topic of the future of Nintendo and their place in the gaming world. We'll then be taking a listen to the Tetris A-Type theme.
Where do we think Nintendo's future's heading?
In the bin. Down a drain. Over a cliff. Pick the venue. They're dying.
It'd be
So
more like
they're heading
it-
to Skyrim?
it'd be more like Nintendo is stationary in
No,
an
because
ocean with an iceberg
Skyrim
slowly
actually
moving
has
towards
some
them.
level of game.
Oh.
Skyrim is only still a game because people keep making more content for it.
Look,
Well,
when
yeah,
you do
that's
his
the
here
way
toot
RPGs
toot
work.
and a flaming train comes at you, you want to run.
It isn't the way RPGs work.
Have you not looked at Fallout's page?
I know, but it's only particular style of RPGs that get modded a lot.
Bethesda.
I mean, the only mods you get for Japanese stuff is nude mods and other things.
You get those for all games.
I know, but I
There's
mean,
In fact,
mods in
most mod sites
Bethesda.
have a section for them.
but the only mods for Neptunia were nude mods, pretty much.
Is
What
that suggesting
do you
that the Japanese
expect?
is that suggesting the Japanese are not very creative with their modding?
I think it's that they. No, think about it. 3D
Again,
3D Custom Girl got more modding than most JRPGs.
I'm so surprised.
That had all
Yeah.
sorts of extra content added, and they let you use that.
honestly, because Nintendo's unwillingness to adapt to the gaming, the changes in gaming. For example, I don't see Nintendo actually doing is putting out any games on any sort of
I have to stop you a bit there. You're saying that Nintendo's unwilling to adapt to change. Nintendo tried to cause the change.
Their cause of change was doing is anytime somebody let's play their games, having that account get copyright against it immediately.
Okay, yeah, I get you on that. But let's go away from Nintendo being a dick to Let's Players.
Fine, I'll jump in. Nintendo introduces tiny gimmicks for their consoles and then makes the same 10 games over and over again.
Yeah,
Star Fox Zeros.
Legend of Zelda series.
We
Pokemon.
haven't had a new Metroid Prime in a while. And I'm not
We've
counting
not had
the
another
one that they
Metroid
announced
because of,
because I don't like it.
We've not had a Metroid because of the catastrophe of one of the Metroid games.
Oh, Team Ninja X Metroid.
Was that the one? I thought it
Team
was,
Ninja, aren't they the people who rebooted DMC as well?
I thought it was another M.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one it was, but wasn't the one that was done by Team Ninja the one that was critically panned?
Yeah, that is other M.
But then so was DMC.
I'll put it this way: the only way Smash actually got interesting was when they added Bayonetta.
You know what confused me? Originally,
Whoa. They had Snake before Bayonetta.
They may have Snake before Bayonetta, but when they start adding blood, I'll be interested.
How can you get
When
blood
they
out
get
of
Blood
it
in a
if you've given
children's
life?
game?
Nintendo has this issue with being family friendly, and therefore they're limiting themselves to one particular audience. The
they're
fact of the
not, though.
matter is that audience grows up.
Yeah,
You know what the
but
daft thing
Super
is?
Smash Brothers is universal.
You know what the daft thing is, though? Nintendo aims at stories for families. Their main game and go-to gimmick is a princess being kidnapped.
Yeah, that's
Princess
a
that
traditional
seems
fairy
to
tale
not have
story.
any family.
That's
It's
as
a
it's supposed
family
to be.
story featuring 0 families.
Oh, I don't know. What's her name? The other one, the princess.
Daisy?
No, the other one. Rosalina. She had a
The one-
family. They were dead,
she had a
but she
dead
had a
one.
family.
No, they weren't.
She suffered from Batman syndrome.
Not if we follow the game theory.
If we follow the game theory, her father was Luigi.
Yes.
And Peach is her mother, who is dead.
Yeah, but she
How
told me
pissed off do you think Mario was finding out that he was saving his niece?
If we follow the game theory, Five Nights at Freddy's has a plot.
Well, that's true.
To be fair, though, Mario is a sociopath, so
He's not. Mario's just an everyman Nintendo funneled into various.
and every man that steals gorilla babies stamps on his brother's feet anytime he wins.
Let's not forget he was originally called Jumpman.
Stealing gorilla babies was Mario's father.
Then why
And
don't we
that's
call
if we
Mario
follow
Mario Jr.?
And that's if we follow game theory.
So why
So
don't we
was
call
was
Mario Mario?
Paulina Mario's father?
Why didn't you just say Mario's mother? It would have made it so much simpler.
Paulina was Mario's father's thing. You know.
Scantily clad lady.
Yes.
I just realised, why do people refer to a liaison as a fling? It just makes me think you're firing people Angry Birds style.
Hey, wouldn't you want to fire the people you had a fling with Angry Birds style afterwards?
No. I've never
Straight
had a
out the
fling.
window and onto their next target.
I've never had a fling. What about
Yeah,
you?
unfortunately, they seem to want to do is fire Angry Birds straight to Hollywood.
How did that happen?
Ah, ages ago.
Yeah, but there's going to be a Tetris film as well, so.
Whoa, what?
Apparently
Yeah.
the Tetris one's going to be a trilogy.
The last time I saw anything to do with a Tetris film, it was some guy taking the piss and making a joke advert for it.
No, that trailer.
No, there is
was good.
actually going to
And
be a
that trailer
Tetris
actually
film.
looks
That
good.
was the people who did the Dark Pokemon trailer as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there actually is a confirmed going to be a Tetris film.
Is it going to be set in communist Russia?
Okay.
I have no idea. I just don't know how it's going to work.
At least with Angry Birds, you can sort of make a film around it. There's enough
Because
characters
there is
there.
a tiny amount of plot.
Tetris is blocks. Tetris is just... How are you going to make a story around Tetris?
It'd be easy if the entire story is just someone talking about their problems psychiatrist style. Like the entire movie, they're just lying on the sofa talking about the dreams they're always having.
A comedy about somebody trying to do is construct skyscrapers, but then they keep fucking disappearing.
That just sounds like the Lego movie.
Yeah.
I didn't watch
Yeah.
it.
Must resist urge to sing.
On the theme of video game movies, Assassin's Creed.
I'd
Didn't we already
say
talk
it
about-
looks good. I'm just really hoping the soundtrack is not Kanye West.
Oh,
That was only for the trailer.
oh, God.
How Kanye West got into the trailer for Assassin's Creed, I have no idea.
The question is, how did Kanye West do his keep being in the flipping media? It's Kardashian level, and it is just
Wasn't he married to one of them?
probably.
More than likely.
He's got a daughter.
I thought, yeah, isn't he the one that named his child Northwest?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Why are we talking about this? This is not
Don't-
gaming stuff. Stop talking about him.
you know what's
He's
worse?
part of the problem right now.
You know what's
But
worse?
part of the problem is
Uh,
him coming into the gaming scene on the gaming films, and even though we know that gaming films are generally he's making it shitter. It's like the Ghostbusters reboot.
Hey,
We don't need to talk about that either.
I saw the second trailer for the Ghostbusters reboot. I'm impressed. Most of it I don't like. I think the CGI is going a little too far overboard. But Slimer's there, so
Please don't fall for it.
not only that, but the woman that jumps off the stage and she just goes, and she just says, "I don't know if it was a race thing or a woman thing, but I'm hella pissed right now."
The thing is,
Despite
I
the
have an
fact that it
issue.
was
My
probably a
issue
fat
is.
thing.
My issue is Ghostbusters. My issue was the Ghostbusters team being replaced with social justice warriors.
I haven't really noticed that.
There
It's
seems
almost
to be
like
a
they
bit-
should have just flipping hired Anita Sarkeesian as one of the roles.
There seems to be a bit of controversy. No, because that would involve her actually doing some work.
Yeah, you got a point there. After all, she does have that second Patreon going at the moment. She's too busy.
Hmm.
2 Patreons? Okay,
She's got another one.
She didn't finish the first one yet, and now she's making another video series moving away from video games. I mean, we should be glad, but, you know, she's just taking more money from people.
Well, I'll admit, I've got technically 2 Patreons, but I don't actually advertise my Patreon page. I've got Game Wisp, which only has 1 subscriber, but that's by the by.
Game Wisp is not a Patreon.
It's kind of the same thing. You can set extra tiers if you want to. I just haven't bothered because I haven't got anything to give people.
I mean, I know people who have legit more than 1 Patreon. But that's because they
Are
work.
you one of them?
No, I have 1 Patreon. If I worked with others, I might have 2 Patreons. But this guy's more of a producer than anything, so he works with a bunch of different teams. So the different Patreons are for people to pledge to different game projects.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
So, Omega, got a question for you.
Ooh.
If I was to happen to do is get you a copy of Outlast 2 this year, would you flip and play it?
I haven't played Outlast 1 yet.
Well, it's in the library, you're free to use it.
I believe
What's
it's in
it
my
for?
library. Doesn't it have Whistleblower DLC?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I may have done is send a copy your way.
Yeah,
I
you did
remember
it a
her
while
doing
ago.
that because you were like, F you. You were annoyed when she did that.
Only
You were
because I have to play it because it was gifted to me.
Oh, yeah.
At least. Oh wait, no. I made the damn bet for Alien Isolation.
Alien
I've still got to do
Isolation
that as well.
Plus. All
That's-
I've got to do,
Hey,
all I
Kate,
got to do
you
is
gonna
finish
have
Evil
that
Within.
rule as
I'll
well?
do that in a flipping stream in one day.
Kate, are you going to have that rule as well? If you get given a game, you'll play it.
As long as it's not porn.
You swear?
Or Neptunia.
Damn! She said
Oh,
it.
come on, you knew that was coming.
Before I move on to the next song, we have the topic of a possible release of Battletoads from Rare Studios and whether or not we thought it would happen.
Will Rare, you know, that studio that disappeared quite a while ago,
They're owned by
be
Microsoft.
doing
now.
Battletoads?
I hope so, but probably not.
No, what the other thing they seem to be doing at the moment is packaging up their old games, slightly improving the graphics, and then doing is selling that.
Can you imagine if the Dark Souls people did Battletoads?
Please no. It was
What do you-
hard enough as it was.
Yeah, but it'd be easier because Dark Souls is actually fair.
Whereas
Yeah, you just gotta get
Battletoads
good.
is not.
No. Usually you get killed. You have to memorize that to win. Whereas Dark Souls, you can honestly, take a look at things and be like, oh, he's doing a wind up for an attack. I better move. Yes, I moved. Now I have not been hit.
He's doing a wind-up for an attack. He's still doing the wind-up for the attack. Oh dear God, when is he going to attack? Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, that's generally how Dark Souls
I've not
works.
played Dark
This
Souls,
is
but
an
all I
obscene
figured out is just dodge forever until there's an opening.
Dark
It's
Souls
basically
PvP
the Legend of
in a
Zelda
nutshell.
fighting style.
It is basically a Zelda game, though.
Yeah. Dodge roll, dodge roll, dodge roll, slash.
Yeah, can't even argue with that.
To all of you American girls, it's sad to imagine a world without you. American girls, I'd like to be part of the world around you. Driving a car by the seaside, watching the world from the bright side. To all of you American girls in the movies, no one can tell where your heart is. American girls like dollies, with shiny smiles and plastic bodies. I wish I had an American girlfriend. I cry sometimes, walking around my own place, wondering why she cries sometimes, talking about her own place, somewhere around the mountains. No one could dry her fountain till she got tired to complain. That's when I fly to the white land, to your land.
And that was to all of you from Life is Strange. Now, for the last of the podcast discussions, we spoke about remakes and studio remasters of other games and whether or not remakes are better than their remastered brethren.
I just want to go back to an earlier topic on is Nintendo going to go under? I'm going to say no, because I just remembered a reason why.
Nintendo NX.
No, their favourite cash cow, Pokemon.
I could also
So,
point
so
out.
Pokemon's the favourite cash cow, and of course not Zelda then.
When was the last Zelda game?
Actually, they're bringing out 2 this year.
Yeah.
When was the last one?
Not a single new Zelda game to show up on the Wii U.
Danganronpa.
I thought they were actually bringing out a new Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
I know that they're redoing Twilight Princess. I know they're doing a remaster of that, but I thought they
What?
also had a.
But it's not a
Still
new...
wouldn't
Why
Yeah.
do they keep
So-
redoing that one?
I'm fair certain
let
that
me
The
get-
Legend of Zelda U is turning into The Legend of Zelda NX.
So this is now the second re-release of Twilight Princess.
Second? What was the
Yeah.
first?
The Wii,
Wii.
probably.
It was originally a game
No,
console.
it was released. It was released on both at the same time.
Yeah,
The Wii was out at the same time as the GameCube?
Yes.
initially.
The Legend of Zelda Twilight
so-
Princess was one of the last games to show up on the Nintendo GameCube, but it was also one of the first games to show up on the Nintendo Wii.
Nintendo were making HD versions of games before HD remasters were a thing. Or at least they did in the case of Resident Evil.
No, that's a true
Nah.
legitimate remake.
Yeah.
I know.
Same as
But it still became popular to redo games shortly after.
Nintendo were redoing games a lot sooner than most companies were. Because you've got Metal Gear Solid on the GameCube was a remake of the PS1 version.
I think it's just all popular media gets rebooted all the time now. There's no original ideas left.
There were never any to begin with.
I'd still say that they shouldn't be rebooting a series. They should just remake it.
When you think about it, Danganronpa is just a new Phoenix Wright sort of game.
Why do you think I've been making references?
When you boil down the formula, what is it? It's criminals who
Objection
do
to everything.
it's criminals who do weird things when they finally get exposed.
And
I
then
can
die.
agree with that.
The only difference is now we get to see them die.
Yeah.
Or flexed out of existence.
Technically, that thing was heading towards the sun.
Yeah, it was.
The question I've got, as we're speaking about remakes, the PlayStation 4.5, can we be pretty much guaranteed that Final Fantasy X is getting yet another remake?
Probably not.
Probably.
I certainly hope not. I've bought enough copies of the game as it is.
Go on, are you gonna hold the pile up again?
Fine. I didn't know that the PS4 version came out on a physical copy, but still. There.
Wait.
I-
So you've got the PS4 version, but you don't have a physical copy of it yet.
That's the
No.
PS3 version.
So you're going to have to buy the PS4 physical copy.
Yes, and
Just
then I'll
so
probably
that you
end up
can
having
have a
to buy the
legitimate
PS
collection.
Vita version. Despite the fact that the game runs at terrible frame rate.
I don't know. The PC
What's
version
the
is pretty decent.
The Vita version.
It
Oh.
should be.
So,
It should be a 30 FPS again.
No, it drops all the time.
Yeah.
so on the basis of the reboot thing, so you're saying that they should go something like the Mass Effect Andromeda route with reboots, where it's not the same characters really. It's
Yeah.
a different place, but it's in the
That's not a
same, but it's in the
reboot.
same basic lore.
I say
not-
it should be. It should be the same lore. It should be the same. It should be the same universe.
Just not the same
but
frigging
just have
characters every
different
time.
Characters.
There's
Now-
only so many links you can take.
I get why you can't do it with. I get why you can't do it with games like Tomb Raider, but then why have they not tried to just do a remastered version of Tomb Raider 1?
They did. It was called Tomb Raider Anniversary.
Okay, I'm talking same storyline, I'm not saying really. I'm saying they want to do a remake of Final Fantasy VII. I mean, they're remaking the entire game. Whereas all they really have to do is exactly the same storyline, exactly the same way it is, with better graphics.
I would say, would people actually pay for that though? But the fairly mediocre port for the PS4 from the PC has sold fairly well as well, despite the fact that it's still
It's probably
shit.
just people don't have it anymore, so they just buy a copy of it for the PS4.
Despite the
Anyway,
fact that you can buy a copy of it for the PS3.
And that concludes today's Total Confusion podcast. Thanks for listening, and you can find all of the members of Total Confusion Gaming on their respective YouTube channels. Thank you, and good night.
I know that you're hiding things, using gentle words to shelter me. Your words were like a dream, but dreams could never fool me. Not that easily. I acted so distant then, didn't say goodbye before you left. But I was listening. Don't fight your battles far from me, far too easily. Save your tears, 'cause I'll come back. I could hear that you whispered as you walked through that door. But still I swore to hide the pain when I turned back the pages. Shouting might have been the answer. What if I'd cried my eyes out and begged you not to depart? But now I'm not afraid to say what's in my heart. Though 1,000 words have never been spoken, they'll fly to you, crossing over the time and distance, holding you, suspended on silver wings. And 1,000 words, 1,000 confessions will cradle you, making all of the pain you feel seem far away. They'll hold you forever. The dream isn't over yet, though I often say I can't forget. I still relive that day. You've been there with me all the way. I still hear you say, wait for me, I'll write you letters. I could see how you stammered with your eyes to the floor. But still I swore to hide the doubt when I turned back the pages. Anger might have been the answer. What if I'd hung my head and
that was 1000 words from Final Fantasy X Part 2, sung by the lead character Yuna. Thanks again for listening to the Total Confusion podcast. I will be back sometime soon. The next song you will hear is again from Final Fantasy X Part 2. It's the final song of the show. It is Real Emotion.